We're doing our best Anchorman impressions over here. Unique New York. Welcome to Blockchain Basement, the best daily streaming show on Twitch. My name is TJ. We're going to have a really good time today. Gonna have a really good show. Got some good stuff to talk about. Little zero knowledge. Actually, I'm going to drop some knowledge that I got from a guy about zero knowledge. Let that sink in a little bit. What up to everybody in the basement? We've got some fun people here. The Druth is in the house. Decker, bobbin for Bobin,
yeah,
and Biscuit Jesus, the beautiful Biscuit Jesus, and the more beautiful. Oh, look, he's covering his eyes. You know, he's partying hard last night when he does that. It means he might be on drugs right now.
Oh, I partied hard last night for a very specific reason.
What's that?
You don't want to
talk about it?
I mean, I don't know. What
I want to know, but maybe I'll regret it.
I'll tell you later.
Blood Diamond Eyes, I like it. Juggy, I like it. And of course, the beautiful Ollie. And of course, all of you guys. Man Walk says, what up, TJ? We got Crypto Cody, Joe Stonkman, Trey Big, Ralphie, Crypto Thorn, Jay Serrano, Oogman Pluto, Beautiful Disaster, Sizzler Wreck, Razmataz, Arrow for Life, Juggy, YYY, used to be TTV, never forget, Sizzler, Big Hands Dan, Sulfa BL, Chef Crypto, Will Yum Yum, Crypto Sub Method, Crypto Tortoro.
Totoro.
Are you just saying crypto and then adding words afterwards?
I might be.
You're not even reading.
I might be. I might be just making all this stuff up. Let's go. Chemistry Bro in the house. Can make drug jokes, TJ. Yes.
Yeah. Yes,
can make English.
Are you probably
good.
saying, can I make drug jokes?
Well, yeah, exactly. Well, but you got to read it exactly as they say it.
Yeah,
we don't want to speak for them.
Yeah.
Will Yum Yum said, when Waka Flocka.
When Waka Flocka, that was yesterday. That's
Yeah.
why. Did you guys talk about that?
We didn't. No.
I
don't know how he knows.
We didn't know how we were
They wanna
allowed
know.
to. I didn't know what,
What'd you guys? Yeah.
I don't know how he knows that.
That's-
Maybe he works here.
Yeah. Who was that?
I don't know. Who are you, Will?
That's funny. Yeah. So speaking of going hard in the paint, yeah, we had a really interesting meeting yesterday, and Waka Flocka was one of the people in the meeting. So that was a really weird segue. He was actually he's a G, man. He if you guys don't know, and I don't want to like dox him too much, but he knows a lot about crypto.
Yeah.
I will say this: he's been in crypto a lot longer than I have. He's very well connected with tons of different developers and a lot of different people all around the world. Very knowledgeable about Web3, NFTs.
I was DZ.
It was DZ. Gotcha. DZ mentioned it. Oh, that makes sense.
Mentioned
Probably
that
on the
Waka
live
was in
stream
the
this
heezy.
morning. And yeah, one of the things we're going to talk about today, the person who dropped that secret knowledge was another guy in that meeting. Super nice guy. Also very. I mean, it was a fun meeting. I think we talked for like 2.5 hours. Did
you get my message?
I did, like at the end. I didn't have my phone in my pocket, and then by the time I saw it, I think he was basically in the parking lot. So I was like, "Well, sorry, BJ," but
when he comes back, I'll drop that name, and
yeah,
it will get us an even better in. No joke.
Ooh.
I don't know what you mean by that, but I don't want to. So
yeah. Well,
no, I'm just kidding. Yeah. So BJ, you used to know what his drummer, right?
Or
your drummer, you knew him or something?
Yeah. So the guy I used to play on 106 and Park with, Ali, awesome drummer. We were actually both supposed to be when Lauryn Hill was going to come out with an album again in 2009. I was going to be her bassist and he was going to be the drummer. And we both quit.
Wow.
We're out.
Yeah.
Why?
Oh my God.
It's Lauryn Hill. She's such a legend.
She is the meanest person I have ever met.
Whoa.
I'll leave it at that.
Whoa.
Okay.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely.
When you're inside the music industry, though, you get to find out.
You got a hard shell on you, I feel like.
Well, yeah, I mean, the perception is a lot different than reality a lot of times with big musicians and stuff. Like, yeah, I mean, I've definitely found something.
I was going to say my favorite, and then I'll stop the story, is she showed up over 8 hours late for practice. Ali was hammered. And she walks in, she goes, "Are you drunk?" And he goes, "Yeah." She goes, "You can't be drunk." And he goes, "You want to know why I'm a professional drummer?" And she goes, "Enlighten me." And he goes, "So I can be a professional alcoholic." I quit. And he walked out and I followed him.
8 hours, 8 hours late.
I don't know. Doesn't really make her sound like the meanest person ever.
Oh, no,
I mean.
Oh no, I'm leaving out the actual stories.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well,
that'll be a different stream. You know,
Even-
where
Blockchain
BJ
basement.
spills the biscuits.
Maybe we'll do that on Rumble or something.
Pew and I tried to get them to kick Waka down the stairs and hang out with us.
Kick him down the stairs.
Yeah,
What?
he asked if you didn't push him down the stairs to join the basement.
He had stuff going on. He had other meetings. It was funny though. Like he ended up showing up early. There was a confusion on the time. So like I was going, you guys know, I'm trying to get my lunch in, and I was like literally pulling it out of the microwave. I get a call like, hey, Waka's out front. Can somebody go let him in? And I'm like, it's like 12:20. Isn't the meeting at 1?
Yeah.
And yeah, it was a funny experience. He had no idea why he was supposed to be here. I had no idea why. So we both just kind of chatted and figured out. And then we realized like, oh, we have a lot more in common than I would have expected. So yeah, it was fun. And then like I said, Bob Hughes, #1 miner in Georgia, also happens to be friends with Elon Musk, might be a billionaire, knows a ton about cybersecurity. Like,
Yo, Chemistry Bro said Waka Flocka retweeted one of my NFT tweet shares once.
nice.
Nice.
I'm telling you, he's very involved in the space. He was like very close with the team from Algorand. A lot of different stuff. So again, I don't want to go into too many details because I don't think he would appreciate it. But
Shout out to Captain Daddy, watching since the first show on the YouTubes, first time on Twitch.
let's go.
Welcome.
Thanks for joining us live. Thanks for joining us live.
Daddies.
So real quick, I wanted you guys to catch me up since I missed the morning stream. I know you guys were talking a little bit. You were on there with DZ today, Drew. You guys were talking a little bit about Charles Hoskinson and Joe Rogan. What's the scoop there?
Yeah, Lex Friedman brought up Hoskinson as a potential guest, kind of pushing
Daddy Hosky.
Daddy Hosky as a potential guest.
Dosty, if you will.
I think that Rogan's going to do it because there's a lot of overlap. I know that Hoskinson's probably going to get in there and talk about his falconeering experience. He went to like Mongolia and did some awesome falconeering. He runs a ranch. Rogan's into ranching down in Texas. He definitely moved out of California in the mind and spirit. So, I think that they're going to really find a good connection, and it's a really good chance to move the conversation.
They're both big into mushrooms.
They are, I mean, there's a lot that overlaps there, and I see it as a really good chance to kind of dispel. Rogan's had some Bitcoin haters per se on there in the recent past.
Bitcoin uninformed.
Yeah, they just didn't know what they were talking about, and I think that it's going to add a lot of value to the conversation for the mainstream public to understand what the blockchain is outside of just Bitcoin. It's a lot larger of an ecosystem and technological capability than that, and I think it's going to be really healthy for everyone when that happens. So
that'd be good. I'd be really that would be one I would watch. I don't watch a lot of those long form podcasts. I always like the idea of it. They sound great. I just don't tend to sit down and listen to stuff for a really long time. But real quick, let's check in on the price of Bitcoin. It has no chill right now, all the way up to 24K.
Hold on, I think I have a thing for that.
Let's go. I love it. I don't actually love it because I didn't buy a lot of the alts that I wanted to buy before the FOMC meeting, and now they're pumping like crazy. Yeah, Optimism. Look at that, 40% on the day.
Jeez, it's almost
Phantom.
$40.
You got. I think I talked about it on here. Loopring, Render.
Yeah.
I know some of you guys got in on Render. 100% for the week on Render. Let's go, boys.
Nick was talking about Render Heavy.
DZ was talking about Mutable X.
And AJ was talking about Phantom. So
Phantom. That was one. It was just set to rip just on a technical level, or on the charts and stuff. It's also another smart contract platform that I like to look at. Not necessarily long-term bullish on it per se, but I do think it could do well over this next run. And then here's the one I want to talk to you guys about today. This was another one I was looking at, Mina protocol. And I think we mentioned it when we were going through the zero knowledge proofs. And that's one thing I'll tell you. Bob Hughes, again, he's an older gentleman, he's way more knowledgeable and way more cool than you ever would have expected. He still gets paid to DJ different clubs. They call him Mix Puppy, he said, and he's got to be in his 70s.
He's a lot more knowledgeable than ZK Rollups.
Yeah, exactly, because that's the whole point. And it's what he was telling us when we were talking about some Vumio stuff and some other different things. Oh, you guys got to be on. You got to have zero knowledge. Like, you really need to understand what the zero knowledge stuff is. And I'm like, how do you know about zero knowledge? And then he keeps going and going and going. We found out, like, oh, he's part of the foundation and the founders of Mina Protocol. So yeah, he really knows a lot about zero knowledge, knows a lot about cybersecurity. He's sold a lot of his softwares over the years. He sold one to IBM for several $100 million. He said they turned around the next year and made $2.3 billion with his software. He's like, I called those VCs that sold it for me. He's like, I told you guys, I told you that it was worth way more than what you were selling it for. And look what they did with it in 1 year. Right. And then since then, he said he's gone on to secure a lot of the government secrets and some of that kind of stuff.
Yes.
And basically when those I don't know if you guys remember, I can't remember the name of the group, but they were going around hacking a lot of major corporations and holding them hostage, like ransomware. Like Microsoft was being held for millions of dollars a day, and he was the one who went and took those people down. And a lot of his software.
I think we have a photo of one of those hackers.
No, that's later in the story. But yeah, it was pretty interesting. Like he was telling us basically where all the hacking's coming from. It's which is not surprising. Like it's probably not the first one that comes to your head that the media pushes in your head over and over and over. But North Korea, China, those are kind of the obvious suspects.
I know they were based in North Korea and China and Russia. That's basically where everything's been based out of on these large scale hack attacks. We did go check out our cybersecurity. Was it Cyber Polygon? I think in the title with BitBoy, and we went over just the whole history. There's been new ones to add on, obviously, with the FAA, the parcel system in the UK and Philippines as well. So we might want to do a refresh on that sometime once a couple more happen, because I think we just saw another one in California's airports yesterday. So it's an ongoing thing, man. The basic system, it's able to be hacked.
It's under
basic.
siege. It's very basic and it's very dated. And I will say, so I was looking at Mina after that meeting. He was getting us all hyped up about it, and it was like, I think this is right here, and I was looking at it right here at this price. I was like, all right, I might go buy some of this, and I just had it. I literally had CoinMarketCap up on my computer. It's on pretty much every exchange, of course, except for some of the ones I wanted it to be on them that would make it very quick and convenient for me to buy. So I was just like, I need to get around to it, and then I look back like, wait a minute, it's like it pumped, and it just did like it pumped 15% or something like that in the hour that I was looking at it between 4 and 5 p.m. yesterday afternoon.
Yeah.
Which is like, it's just, that's how I feel about all my alts right now. Like I'm not taking action quick enough, and then they're just ripping. So Mina Protocol, one I've got my eye on, and a lot of ZKs. Obviously, we went through that whole list before. Arbitrum is one coming out soon that, Johnny's been all over Optimism and some of these other ones. So things that, and then ZK Sync, it's going to be added to Matic, which I think Matic had another monster day, if I remember right, yesterday.
It's right on the top gainers.
Yeah, 15% today in the last 24 hours. It's just, look at these alts. Alts are starting to move. A lot of that coming off the back of the FOMC. We've got Bitcoin moving up towards that 25 level. A lot of people said, if it could break 24, it should run right up to 25, maybe even 28. So we should be back to pull. There he is, Crypto Tony, with our daily update from our GitHub daily activity. Polkadot Kusama, Cardano coming in at number 2, crowd favorite here. Ethereum, Decentraland, Filecoin,
Status.
That's not one I see there every day.
That's a new
ICP, IOTA, Solana. IOTA, really? Like,
right.
Interesting.
Over
That's
Cosmos too.
But you never know. That's one to tangle. That's one of those old 2017 hype coins. But so anyway, I just wanted to take a second and just full disclosure, I'm going to be buying some Mina, and my number one niche I'm looking at. I like smart contract platforms, but of course, zero knowledge I think is going to be what's hot in this next cycle. It's a little nerdy. It's a little in the weeds if you dig into it, but get projects that use zero knowledge. It's going to be the basis for pretty much all Web3 transactions, because it makes it much more difficult to hack, which we know hacks and bridges is one of the main things plaguing the advancement, I would say, of DeFi and Web3. Kind of, sort of. Not. I don't really know that much about it, so I don't. Really
They're asking about ICP.
Yeah, on ICP.
Ben likes it. But.
I like it too.
I just don't know much about it. So, and it's a little outside of the niche that I typically go after. But yeah, there's a lot of people here that like it.
Yeah, they bring in canister smart contract attempts for Bitcoin. So an attempt to bring smart contracts into an asset I really believe in. I'm down with that. So have at it.
And a cheaper storage, but there's obviously other things that do it even cheaper. So it's tough when you're going for faster, cheaper, because there's always somebody that's going faster and cheaper, and then you're sacrificing other things. Like Razmataz.
Tell me about it, buddy.
Yeah, I was just saying, Decker, you want to share your story there? Razmataz said, I was looking at ALBT and then Hackathon City.
Yeah,
poor guy.
Was looking at ALBT too, Alliance Block, for those who are wondering.
I heard you telling the story this morning.
Yeah, like long story short, at 10 a.m. I bought Alliance Block, and 3 hours later the hack happened, and now my Alliance Block is worth 1/5 the price. But it's okay. That's alts though, guys. I mean, you can't get hype gains without risk. Yeah. And the other alt I invested in, I don't really know if I want to say. I guess
you don't have to say all of them, but you can. You're welcome to.
Yeah, I bought some Glitch protocol, and that did pretty well over the last day. So it kind of evens out. But yeah, I feel your pain, my dude.
Yeah, yeah. I saw the Alliance Block hack, kind of all the news reports happening about it after I got out of work and was eating dinner. And yeah, I mean, it definitely does have. It looks like they're looking to try to recoup. They're going to be minting and airdropping to the holders. So, might not be all down.
Oh yeah, they're minting and airdropping to those who got their I think their token stolen on the DEX. I had mine in. I have mine in KuCoin, so
Oh.
they suspended withdrawals, and I'm not sure if they're minting a new. I don't even know, dude.
All right.
I don't know if they'll.
Stay hopeful.
Yeah, I hope yeah, we'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah,
But-
so Crypto Johnny says, I'm hyped on DAG and Casper. Serrano says, I'm still in the green with Alliance block, so good job.
Yeah,
I didn't go on the book tour, Nick, man, because I had to stay here and run all the stuff. And, it's just a lot of traveling, and I didn't really want to. So I wanted to, stay here and, rest a little bit, which
Yeah.
I didn't really rest, but it is what it is.
You got to rust up for paintball on Saturday.
Yeah, we're all going playing paintball on Saturday. That should be
That
fun.
sounds-
Yes,
So yeah, I'm
I'm
trying
stoked.
to make sure I am actually, because I'm not feeling great today. So hopefully I'll be good for that this weekend because I'm really excited about that. So.
Yeah.
But real quick, I'll spin down Mina in case you guys are curious. Mina's building the privacy and security layer of Web3, world's lightest blockchain powered by participants using zero knowledge technology, which again, I think this is a big thing to keep an eye on. Mina's creating the infrastructure for secure, democratic future we all deserve. So basically, you know what a smart contract platform is. You know what a DApp is. They work on building ZK apps, basically zero knowledge apps. You can build on top of their chain. You can build applications where you have much less liability because you're not necessarily holding the data. You just are the gateway where the transactions are happening, but all the data is stored elsewhere. What are you laughing at, PJ?
Casino doggy. Hope Joel's not playing paintball. He's so shit with the gun.
Joel actually, no, he's not feeling well either. So he's going to
rip.
be resting and recovering. But yeah,
Oh.
he would. I wanted to invite Joel. He'd be a great target. I'm trying to invite all the. That's why I invited Drew. I'm trying to invite all the big guys.
Yeah.
So
It's tougher to get behind their little blocks when
yeah, they say you got to.
Yeah.
My brother-in-law is going to be there. He says you got to think. He's 6'6" as well. He's 6'6".
Mm-hmm.
He says you got to think small.
think real small.
Think small.
Hard
Haven't
on
seen
the
Ada the
knees.
dog. When can we see him or her in the basement? You want to go grab her real quick? She's here.
Sure.
Yeah, go grab her. Well, we had her on the stream not that long ago. But yeah, she's in the building. She's
love
been
Ada.
doing good. So
She's about to cause chaos and destroy all the
yeah,
cables.
she's good here for just a few minutes. We can have her. Yeah, let her run around and chew on all the cables. That's
we
BJ's
go.
favorite.
That's great.
But all right, real quick. Bitcoin spikes above 24K as the Fed Chair Powell talks of disinflation. So we covered it on the show the day before. Obviously, everybody knew 25 basis was coming. And then, the only real thing that was going to make it interesting was his comments. Were they dovish? Were they hawkish? They kind of leaned medium to dovish, if anything.
Wait, which inflation?
Disinflation.
Oh, okay.
That's not, which I don't necessarily see that happening anytime soon, but less inflation, the inflation slowing maybe.
Yeah.
So while the rate increase was expected, the markets and Jerome Powell indicate more increase will come. The market has reacted positively to the Fed chairman's comments. Price of Bitcoin broke through 24 ceiling, which is again another resistance there that's been fighting for a while. Powell indicated inflation had begun slowing down in the world's largest economy, which obviously we've been looking at a lot of those numbers, especially when they measure them year over year, month over month. They're going to start to slow when you hike rates up from 0 to 5.
Right.
It's a pretty dramatic hike. But the pain for retail is still coming, which I think I've said on this a decent amount, so I don't need to keep re-saying it.
At least the interest rates are higher than the fractional reserve.
Yeah. Oh, did you guys cover that? I threw that in there.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
yeah.
We
Oh, yeah.
pounded that.
So many people don't understand that happened in 2020. I was screaming from the rooftops, and still people, still tend to believe, oh no, banks have money. Like they
Right.
have my money somewhere. And no, they don't, and they don't actually have to either.
Yeah.
They take your money.
FDIC.
Yeah,
Yeah, if they have it.
right. Well, and again, yeah, if one small thing happens, FDIC insurance will protect one small bank account. It's really insurance for the bank, and then the FDIC covers it, and then it doesn't cost the bank anything. Well, if a big thing happens and a lot of people go to try to withdraw at the same time, there's no insurance for that, guys.
Yeah.
It's not, and it's definitely not there to protect you.
Not true. There is insurance for that.
Bitcoin.
Thank you.
Ooh, look at that.
Wow, I just splashed soda water in my eye.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we
all right.
we definitely went into that deeply because that's a huge aggravation point for me. So
Yeah, it is for me too. All these people, and it's like people will fight you on it. It's like
right,
you obviously don't know. Just
Yeah.
go look it up.
yeah,
Okay, so global crypto market cap is now 1.09 trillion, up 4% roughly over the last day, according to the latest figures on CoinMarketCap. We see ourselves as having more persistent inflation in the services sector, which will take longer to get down, and we have to complete the job. That's why we're here. That's what we're here for. So I still expect some small raises in the future. Powell noted ongoing rate raises, there you go, would still be appropriate as the Federal Reserve attempts to bring inflation back to its 2% target level.
that ain't gonna happen.
It should be noted that disinflation refers to a slowdown in the rate of increase of general price levels and as opposed to deflation where the general price levels of goods and services are decreasing. So he's just saying, again, disinflation just means less inflation, not as much inflation as fast. So not inflation going down, it's just going up a little slower.
Yeah,
Who's the marketing
increasing at
manager?
a decreasing rate, right?
But who's the new marketing manager and putting dis in front of every word the last 2 years?
Yeah, I know, right? It
Like,
is fun.
let's make new narratives and just slam dis in.
Yeah,
front.
let's just put dis in front of things that people are scared of, and then they think it's the opposite, but it's not. And yeah, we'll trick the stupid public that has the IQ of a third grader. No, it's a fact. Marketing is designed, and for years it was fifth. All marketing was supposed to be targeted at a fifth grade level. Now it's down to a third grade level.
Oh yeah,
Hell
that's
yeah.
right.
Yeah, so
Very, very.
I'm not just making these numbers up. So on that, this was an interesting one. This will be the biggest bull run we've seen. I'm expecting a big recovery in the, so I agree. This is going to be a big bull run. It's going to, you guys have heard me say it's going to shock a lot of people. Stock to flow from, what's his name? Plan B. Yeah, not 100 trillion USDs, but obviously this is the very famous model, has the price going all the way to a Bitcoin price all the way to $1 million. And basically once it fell, and it was tracking, it was the most accurate model for all of Bitcoin's history, until right here, and then it fell outside of the model, and then everyone's like, oh, it's broken, it's over, it can't be accurate anymore. And it did return. And, I have an interesting, I think Kelly said the same thing here. Kelly Kellum, which you guys have seen him on the show before. He said, so many people think it's broken because the bearish divergence from the standard deviation, which he's referring to this section right here, where it came out of the standard deviation. However, no one thought it was broken when it was just as off the mark in the bull mark. I agree. This is still a plan B. This is still a plan and generally a good map. So you're not following it to the T, but he's right. Like nobody was saying it was broken here. Nobody was saying it was broken here. Nobody was saying it was broken there. But all of a sudden when it breaks to the downside, it's like, throw it out the window. The model's bad. And it's like, if you're saying 100% accurate, yeah, it's not 100% accurate. It did return. Now, obviously this part here is speculation because it's got it going, into like, in this range, which is well over 500K.
Yeah.
So I don't see that happening anytime soon. And then let's see, where are we?
Yeah, that'd be.
I wouldn't be
Well,
mad
it's a couple
about that.
halvings because this is 24, 25, 26, 27. So there's talking like maybe 28, 29, we could see something like that. But
No, that's reasonable. Like that price target for 29 is absolutely reasonable in my opinion, but not in the next bull run.
No. But I do think we break 200K, which I guess makes me the most extreme bull ever for saying that because nobody's saying that. Right
I mean,
now,
I'm
but-
conservatively thinking 150, but again, I think that Shell and Exxon might and the nation state connection might really turn on the heat on the.
All right, give us the wide shot. We got little
Ooh.
Ada Potato in the house. She's here. Maybe she'll
Ada
sit her up.
Potato.
Maybe, there she is.
Hey.
For those that missed that, that's my little puppy Ada. So she has no idea what's going on. She's very confused.
Yeah. Eventually, I might try to bring my dog in here. He's huge though. My dog is going to be like a Cujo.
Maybe you can put her on the couch. Maybe deck her in there.
Oh, hang on. Miss Ada,
Or just on the desk. What could go wrong?
Yeah, exactly.
What could go wrong?
There you go. All right, so everybody, raise your hand, or anybody in the chat. Does anybody have a dog with a crypto themed name? I would like to know. Because there was definitely, that was definitely the. Oh, she's.
I should have named mine
loves
after
Decker.
crypto, but I named my dog after the Roomba robot. Roomba.
Oh,
Well,
gone.
there she goes.
Yeah, it's all right. No, let her do whatever. I don't.
Yeah.
She'll be fine.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be huge.
Worst case scenario, she pulls all the plugs in the string.
Oh God, is
my
optimism
I'm
like
ripping
wet
even
now.
more? No, don't.
Is it?
It's
Is
okay.
it ripping?
Hold on, I'll check. Hold on.
It's a little over 24.
at the point where it's upsetting how fast these things are moving. That's
All right, so we want to get back to your Pepe the Frog AI thing. So, breaking news: Charlie Munger is an old man. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, he's always been a Bitcoin hater. Never liked it. Charlie Munger, Berkshire Hathaway, Warren Buffett's business partner, has been for many years. And it's pretty interesting. I do agree with the way this guy said it here. The fiat cartel out in force this morning. Charlie Munger and Ray Dalio, to be specific, both claiming the U.S. should ban crypto. Just, there's like, we should do as China does. Just ban it. It's basically what they're saying.
Imagine saying that.
Exactly.
Like, I can't
Imagine
imagine.
knowing so much about crypto that you don't understand you can't ban it.
Exactly.
Well, that too.
That's another one of my always. Yeah, we should have grabbed that image. I love that meme where it's the kid in front of the gate, like, no government, when it's like government regulation and there's nothing on either side. You just walk right around it. So yeah, he said, yeah, Bitcoin is worse than rat poison. That's a Warren Buffett quote there. So a lot of these guys, Bill Gates, Warren
here's what's
Buffett,
funny.
Charlie Munger, all have had terrible things to say about Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Again, Berkshire Hathaway, big investment in new bank in Brazil. Like, they know what's going on. They're just fudding it to try to, profit for themselves. So what were we going to say, BJ?
Well, I was going to say, it's funny that he says it's worse than rat poison, and then rat poison warfarin then started being used as an anticoagulant in humans eventually.
Oh,
So-
well, there you go. So
Is it worse? Because it's very profitable and used in the medical industry.
there you go.
TJ, this is going to make you so mad.
Oh
Go
boy.
ahead. Let me hear it.
OP is at $3.10 right now.
We just signed at $2.98.
Like, this thing is on
Oh
fire.
my
What's in
God,
price discovery? It's at an all-time high. Yeah, 310. Jeez. 6% in the last hour.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Ben's portfolio has a good amount of OP. Or
Yeah,
the
Hey,
Friday
the
portfolio.
Friday ones. Yeah,
Yeah,
so
so
those
hopefully
Friday.
that'll rip
Hey,
it.
we should be doing that update video today, right?
Thursday.
Thursdays today.
I thought all day today is Friday. I keep saying
Yeah.
it, and it's
Well,
definitely Thursday.
I guess is Ben back tomorrow?
No, Ben. No, he won't be back till Sunday.
Yeah, he's going to be streaming from Lifers
Yeah.
Yep.
studio tomorrow, it sounds like. So
So here you go. Here's optimism. All here. Oh well, we'll do the year to date. I thought it was almost. Yeah, it is. It's in price discovery, all time high.
my God.
So here's the year to date here, just absolutely ripping. Has no chill. Maybe on a big dip. If you guys don't have an optimism position yet,
I'm gonna cry.
it's gonna take a pretty serious correction.
Gonna cry. Hey, but I still think we're in a crab market. It's going to be slightly up. I think we're going to get a re-entry. Now I'm adjusting my entry point from $1.50. Now I'm going to have to look somewhere in the two.
Dude, you sound like a boy on prom night.
I do?
Yeah.
I didn't
Just
go to prom.
begging for the re-entry.
Oh.
God.
Got him.
I'll stop the stream.
That one took me by surprise.
I thought you said that one. I thought you were about to
what
say
she
that one
said.
took me back to
Oh,
prom.
God.
Prom, what a mess.
Going.
You're taking me down memory lane here. I don't want to go
But
there.
yeah, I mean, OP. I
I'm
remember
just getting
Johnny.
side-eyed by Ali. She's
Johnny's
like,
been telling us about this since
feel
60
I want
cents.
to cry because Johnny told me about it at about 60 cents.
Yeah.
And I was like, But I don't even know. Yeah,
We've
that's the way it is,
we've
guys.
talked about it a ton on this show. We've talked
Yeah,
about it a ton on the
yeah.
morning. Like he said, we've been talking about it since the portfolio videos. Like you've been buying it to put them in those portfolios. So that's how it goes. And like that's one good thing to keep in mind. Even if we're in a tight range for Bitcoin and Ethereum, there's still opportunities, and that's what makes crypto fun all the time. And generally speaking, if you guys watched that video where we went through the market phases of markup, accumulation, markup, markdown, and the bear market, basically, or there was distribution and markdown. You should go back and watch that video because we kind of explain the four cycles or the four phases of the market. And basically anything other than the bear market where Bitcoin is having that dramatic fall, which generally speaking is approximately 1 year, give or take. Outside of that, there's huge opportunities in crypto for the remainder of the time. So whether Bitcoin's ripping, you don't have to only be in the absolute run-ups. Like right now, there's opportunities. That's why I keep talking about zero knowledge and Ethereum layer 2s, which optimism is. Like those are opportunity areas. Decentralized exchanges, you've heard me talking about those, or non-self-custody exchanges where it doesn't require you to hold them. Those are all things that I think are going to be trends going forward, and you can start finding entries on these projects very early on. No guarantee that you want to hold them forever, but obviously you look at a market on the days like today, and again, this is why taking action over talking about it always pays more. Maybe you have more risk, maybe you lose a little bit more, but the fastest way to learn is trial and error. So don't just talk about it. Don't just read about it. Don't just research. And I'm talking to myself here, guys, because and all of us, we talk about it all the time.
Literally,
We didn't,
I
I don't think I'm talking to you.
OP token.
When I skipped over OP though, I bought DAG at 3 cents.
There you go.
And so like the other ones, they're
That's true. I was
doubled.
buying 8 at when it was 25 cents.
Are you really
during
that
period
sad?
of
But
time.
yes, there's.
Okay, so we'll make ourselves feel better.
Yeah.
We can't buy them all. We can't buy them all.
I know.
But
I know.
if you just talk about buying stuff and you don't actually take action, you're not going to go anywhere. And that's just the way life
Violence
works.
of action.
And understand the risk.
Yes. Understand risk. That's always a good thing. Like what risk? I mean, I just YOLO into stuff. I don't know what you're talking about. After you get to a certain point, the risk seems negligible, I think. No, I'm
True.
just kidding. There is risk. I'm not trying to. No, you're right. That was the right thing to say. I'm just.
No. Yeah.
I'm a bad influence.
I was gonna say 1 year in crypto is equivalent to listening to Morrissey for 20 years.
Oh my God.
You'll be dead inside. It's fine.
Yeah.
Let us know in the chat. I'm actually curious to hear from you guys. A lot of smart people in this chat. Obviously, I really love the basement dwellers here. Let us know in the chat or the comments. What are some of the altcoins outside of Bitcoin and Ethereum? Obviously, Bitcoin is not an alt, but outside of Ethereum and maybe some of the top obvious ones, what are you guys looking to accumulate right now in this market? Or what is something that you wanted to buy that you feel like is running away from you right now?
Question from Sulfa BL. I have a dollar amount I have set aside for crypto with each paycheck. Do you think it's best to keep deploying it all with each paycheck due to our accumulation phase, or should I keep some percentage aside for potential pullbacks? This is my first time in this part of the cycle.
Go ahead, Dicker.
I'm gonna say I would do both.
Okay.
I would say I'd take, because you're effectively DCAing, like you were saying, and mathematically, if you just do a Google search, DCAing over a period of time is generally better than trying to time market bottoms. However, it is nice to have some degen money, like we've been talking about, where it's like, hey, I want to get in on this project that I hear everybody talking about. I'm glad I set aside 20% of that crypto slice. So spend 80% in DCA and ETH, or 60% in DCA and ETH, or whatever you want to DCA into, and then keep that other percentage to the side for, all right, when I want to try a time and try to get in these more speculative things, or just try to time a blue chip better, but not trying to do it all at once.
Yeah, and just for like,
Just my opinion.
that's really good advice. Like where we are in the cycle, like I feel like we're pretty strongly within accumulation zone, so I feel comfortable buying like basically until July, August. But I do have a small amount of money on the side that I am trading with and growing slowly, just understanding the cycle, acknowledging the up and down chop that we're in right now, to be able to buy those big red candles when they come, because they definitely will come.
Yeah.
You know, what goes up definitely comes down. And in this market, it's like a staircase. It's, you get that and then you go here, and then you stick that, and then, it's never vertical. And when it is vertical, then you sell, right? When it just keeps going up and you're just like up at 2 a.m., like watching this big green candle, like doing math and stuff on your,
Where am I moving? What
yeah.
am I buying? Where am I moving?
Yeah, like when you find
Which
yourself
Lambo?
in there, like start, edging out. And I didn't start DCAing until the 17K Bitcoin came after FTX. Like I literally I sat on my hands from March 2020 all the way up until FTX crashed, and then I DCA'd. So
Yeah, I think that I would agree with both of them. That's good advice. Could you roll up real quick on the chat? I want to read off some of these picks. And to their points, what I was going to tell everybody, and the part of why I'm asking about these picks, a lot of really good picks in the chat here.
Yeah.
You keep going.
I'll go.
Keep going. Right around there. All right, perfect. What I want to tell you guys is, if you feel like you've missed your shot, you haven't. There will be pullbacks. There will be more entries. And even if especially the lower down you go, if you see something pump 40%, don't think it can't continue to run. So looking at it, I see a lot of HBAR, a lot of Matic, DAG, Link, Rune, Casper, Atom, Cosm. Yeah, a lot of Atom in here. Atom running, both. All right, good. Now you can scroll back down. FTM, Chemistry Bro said FTM and AVAX, but I didn't get them. OP, ADA, Drew is my hero. DAG to 5 cents. GRT, yeah, Graph had a really good one today too. Algo, HBAR, Vet, Link, Near. I've seen a lot of people mentioning Near. That was one I was looking for as well. Looking, and again, I'm just looking, waiting for a pull. Avalanche was another one I was looking at. HBAR, people are saying. I just wanted to give you guys. Yeah, she can't just run around with that leash, or she'll pull the camera over.
Danger, Ada.
Yeah,
come here, baby. I'm afraid to bring my dog in here, man.
Should we be taking profits on alts? I mean, if you heard what they just said, if you're up into enough profit, it doesn't hurt. Like, and it depends on the way you make your entry and the way you make your exit, of course. So, BJ's trying to catch Ada over there, in a lot of different ways. He's trying to scoop that Ada. So, yeah, he got
there
it.
It is.
Oh.
Look at that.
Look at that. He's even got his Ada shirt on. Oh,
it's so cute. This is wholesome.
This is the
stream.
basement show. We're all over the place. So, But yeah, I would say there's always opportunities to buy more. If you're up a considerable amount, I like to take profits. If you don't ever take profits, then you don't have more to buy more money.
Right.
You can roll those profits into new entries on other coins that maybe haven't pumped yet or that are on a pullback. Especially if you see a coin that's on a pump while everything else is down. That's one of my favorite things to do. So I was looking the other night before the FOMC meeting. I think it was. I can't remember which project it was, but there was one of them that was up a pretty considerable amount, like 20, 30%, while everything else was down 10 or 15%. That's a great way to roll your stuff over. Portfolio weighted, I would suggest Hard Fork Crypto. Watch the portfolio update videos we do on the BitBoy Crypto channel on Fridays. He goes into a lot of details about how to weight different portfolios in different ways because a lot of it depends on the size of your portfolio.
Yep.
If you only got a couple $1,000s, that's going to be different than if you have $50,000 or $100,000. Because you want to. Again, it's all about risk management. You want to maximize upside and minimize the downside risk there. So, some of the bigger coins, Ethereum, Cardano, a lot of those top 10, top 20 coins, there's a lot less downside risk, but there's less upside risk. So if you're looking to make a decent amount of money very quickly, you're going to go lower and lower. So on market cap when you're purchasing those coins. So, and again, it just depends on your goals and your objectives, your exit period, your time preference, all that sort of stuff. So
how do you make your exit, TJ? Asked William.
Just the way you said that.
I like that name, Will Yum Yum.
Yeah, Will Yum Yum. Yeah, how do I make my exit? I do it generally in the bull market. 24, 25 is when I do most. I'm kind of more of a long-term holder. And I do it in phases. When I think we're getting up there, you're just taking not necessarily like I'm taking big chunks out at a time, and I'm putting big chunks in at a time. I'm not. You could kind of call it dollar cost averaging out, but it's more taking profits generally for other assets. So it's like, for example, when we bought this building, when we bought a lot of the houses that we bought, when we bought some of these other assets, we were converting Bitcoin and Ethereum to dollars and then buying those assets. So yeah, that's just let her loose. Yeah, put her out. Oh, she's just scared.
Wow. Coming right at you.
I don't know.
I could take her
Or you could take her back upstairs or.
Yeah, buying assets worked really well for me. I bought cars, hard-sided assets I bought with my gains last cycle. I mean, they appreciated in value pretty heavily. And then you have them, you get to use them. It's fantastic.
Oh, you're good. Go ahead. They're not talking to the mic, so you can't hear them.
Look at that.
One last time. Everybody say bye to Ada.
Bye, Ada.
Say bye, Ada, in the chat if you think Cardano's going to zero. No, just kidding.
No.
I'm just kidding.
Shut the stream off.
Yeah.
Ada better convince Charlie to go on to
That is
Joe
one.
Rogan.
That is so. Fun fact. That is one I have. Have I ever sold Ada? I don't know if I've ever sold Cardano. Just staked it.
Hello, Ada. I love that.
Bye, Ada.
We have a
the
ton of Ada. I will say that.
Yeah.
Hamburger.
I never
the
need to
best.
buy it again. Like everybody's wanting to scoop more, and it's like, well, I need to scoop other stuff. I got a lot of Ada.
Yeah.
I think Ada's my fourth biggest holding. I believe. Yeah.
I mean, that's how I feel about the Bitcoin and Ethereum grabs I had. Like, Ethereum's what I realized all the profits on. I didn't buy a ton of Bitcoin this time. I bought a bunch of projects I believe in, but I still hold like 60 or 70% of my bag is Bitcoin, and then 20% Ethereum. But a lot of that bag was built a while ago, and I'm just letting it sit in the oven until it's fully done, and then I'll probably go buy a nicer house.
Hey, let's go.
Yeah.
All right, we'll
Buy
close
a
this.
house.
We already hit the Berkshire Hathaway thing.
I don't have a house.
See?
Sorry.
Go get a house.
We don't need to read this story. So it says UK plans robust crypto regulations amid uncertainty in the sector. Shocker. UK loves regulations on everything. UK has set out a detailed plan to regulate crypto industry in the wake of the FTX collapse. Ooh, like we didn't already have regulation for fraud and theft. We do. We don't need new crypto regulation because of what happened with FTX. It's the most frustrating thing ever that they use that as their reasoning. UK first committed to introducing new regulatory regime for crypto in April 2022 to reflect on the risk and opportunities the industry represents. Since then, the value of cryptocurrencies such as Bitcoin and Ethereum have plummeted. Oh, no. Nobody saw that coming either.
Yeah.
Proposals also seek to implement new regulations that will... I'm sorry. Does anybody ever... sidebar here. Does anybody ever get frustrated when we talk about stuff over and over and over and over and over and over and over for years... And then everybody's shocked, like it's this new information that nobody has, and it's just like groundbreaking. And You know, we were talking earlier, Coinbase and some of these mainstream news is like, oh, you know, FTX and Sam Bankman-Fried might have been part of, you know,
with the
causing
staked
STE to crash and, you know, Terra Luna. I'm like, yeah.
We brought that up 2 months ago.
Everybody knows that. It was all on chain. Like, this is not new information, but they're presenting it like this is brand new news.
Yeah.
You know, I don't know.
It's aggravating, man.
It's very
And, you know, I think a lot of it's that, you know, we're here, we're in crypto, in the bear market, you know, like we're absolute savages for anyone that's out here buying this dip right now because it's not in mainstream mindset. And it's easy to kind of, you know, wash over the mainstream public's knowledge about this. I mean, they have a short attention span. They don't take time to go, for the most part, they don't take time to go research things or whatever. They go watch Netflix and they lay on their couch and, you know, have DoorDash come or whatever. But
Hey, I do that.
you know, but
Hey, you can take it.
DoorDash
Yeah,
makes-
that's Uber Eats, actually. Go
I would
ahead.
say DoorDash
Take
makes
as
a
many
lot.
shots. Yeah.
Yeah, I just think that, you know, there's a really short memory span, and unfortunately, mainstream media is still in really strong control. And obviously, I've experienced over and over again over the last 3 years. Like I'm like a whack-a-mole. Every time I show up on a social media platform, they like know the sound of my voice and know.
Well, they know your IP address. They know your phone number. They know,
It's-
you know, they know you're on the list, Drew. That's the problem.
I'll be your blood
We
type.
also have a resub from Bob Z Nesbitt who said, I had a nice serving of Fafo juice last night after messing around with 50X during the FOMC for funds. Obviously, the Leonardo DiCaprio face.
Yeah.
Hope you guys are doing great.
Yeah.
Kissy feet.
We live streamed.
Thanks for the sub. We love you, man.
Yeah, man.
Also,
much love.
while we're on the subject, if you, wherever you guys are in your car, stop what you're doing, or if you're not if you're in your car, keep driving.
Yeah.
Wherever else you are, stop what you're doing, hit the like, drop a comment, tell us what you think. Subscribe, follow, wherever, you know, whatever it is. If you're on an audio platform, maybe leave us a review somewhere somehow. I don't even know how that works.
Also, if
but
you have ADA, stake with either B pool or NES pool.
there you go.
Hey.
Manawak, you're wild. He says, I'm in a $15 long with 14X. No stop loss. I'm riding it to the moon. Yeah, $15, that $15 trade, man. You know.
Dude, that's like us. I did that $10 portfolio that is now at $200. You know,
Hell
just
yeah.
straight into the center of the sun. Let's go. But that's just me. Don't do as I do. And yeah, you may be in trouble by association by hanging out.
No, on that's why. No, you can't like on Twitch. I think you follow and sub on Twitch. You like and comment on YouTube. You review on podcast. You follow on Twitter. You know, like it's all the same. That's why I just say all the words, guys, because this is kind of going everywhere.
Yeah.
Actually, we're not simulcasting right now, but I think it's on my list of things to do. I'm just waiting to hear back from my buddy at Twitch, Nick, if they want us to keep doing this exclusive or.
And if we're getting those free tickets to TwitchCon, so we can all
He
hang
did
out.
say, yeah. I mean, I can definitely get us free tickets to Twitch.
Hell
I mean,
yeah.
aren't TwitchCon tickets like $50?
Look, we're famous.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, he said because I told him I wanted to meet him in person. He said he would meet us at TwitchCon for sure. He goes every year, so, and he's been around with Twitch since it was Justin TV. Like he's
I've
OG.
met him before.
He's got dreads.
Maybe I've met a lot of the people through Magic. Like
Yeah,
with Twitch.
TwitchCon's in San Diego.
Yeah.
Joel went last year.
Oh, miss me with that. I can't
Hit him with the doinks. Yeah, that's Joel from Hit Network Gaming. Yeah, if you guys aren't following that, you should.
Yeah.
Also, more on being really late to the party. Just in, Hong Kong working to become Asia's Bitcoin and crypto capital per Bloomberg. Again, no. How is this surprising to anybody?
Right.
This has been happening since 2013.
Sorry, I'm in shock of this new information. What?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
I just.
Bitcoin Magazine is just.
I don't want to. Yeah. Well, that's a whole nother thing.
I mean, they serve a purpose, though. I mean, it's a big, you know, recognizable Bitcoin magazine name. You know, people
they put on the Bitcoin conference.
Right, they put on the Bitcoin conference. This may just be a reminder, you know.
It
But
lines the litter
they
box.
should have deleted the just in part of this.
Well,
you
it's
know?
per Bloom. It's just in per Bloomberg.
Yeah.
That's what I'm really taking the shot at Bloomberg.
Oh, yeah.
It's not Bitcoin Magazine. It's Bloomberg coming out saying. Obviously, the guys at Bitcoin Magazine, they know this because they were there. I mean, we know that's where CZ was, you know, doing stuff, and you know, like this has been around for a long time. Hong Kong, obviously, it's kind of like saying New York plans to be the center of finance in the United States. Like, oh, really?
Right.
Miami is trying to make a play into crypto and web. Oh, really? Like, Yeah.
Where else in Asia would it be if you actually thought, besides Singapore? I mean, there's
Right.
Hong Kong, Singapore,
That's kind of my point.
Jakarta. Like, I mean, like,
Might be Seoul by the
It's
end
very
of the
like
next-
just
maybe China.
duh, obvious logic.
Yeah.
Hey, it might be Seoul, South Korea.
Seoul,
Oh, Seoul.
yeah.
That's
Seoul.
true. And
Yeah,
Japan. Tokyo, but who knows?
Tokyo.
Abu
another-
Dhabi has a lot of money and stuff, but again, that's
Yep.
like if you think China and those areas, like obviously Hong Kong is that
And
kind
they
of
are
money center.
Yeah.
That might change in the next decade.
Yeah, we'll see. If it's still
I
just
think
Hong
that's
Kong.
why I got in trouble.
Did you put this? What is the BNB is excited to announce the release of the BNB Greenfield white paper. This is a new
Yeah.
standard in Web3 data ownership. Utility introduces the new structural economic paradigm for data in Web3 era. What's
Yeah.
this
Talk
about?
This is we talked about it really slightly at the end of the stream yesterday, but yeah, it's just they're looking to add a little bit more like privacy and actual kind of housing and protecting people's data a little bit more, which I liked. And so
And this is on BNB itself.
yeah, yeah. So it was an interesting kind of advancement.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Somebody mentioned it in chat, and so we wanted to take a
Yeah,
look
I
at
just
it.
wanted to bring it up, just in case we missed it. But
Yeah, no, BNB is a great chain. It's been one that's again, I remember BNB at $12, and talking about it being the next Amazon, obviously being attached to Binance, #1 exchange. They've started as just an exchange token, then they went to their own smart contract platform. They've got Binance Labs that they can launch a lot of stuff on. So there's a lot of synergy between all of the Binance businesses for Binance to kind of be the Google or the Amazon of, crypto Web3 of the kind of new internet future. Makes natural sense for them to have their own chain. Makes sense that they'll be adding things like this, storage providers, privacy, metadata storage. I imagine they'll start getting in, personal cloud storage, hosting and deploying websites, new social media mode or model. That should be interesting. Storing terabytes of data from the BNB smart chain and L2 roll-up transactions. I imagine this is gonna be moving towards zero knowledge as well.
yep.
So yeah, obviously storage is one of the main things that people are trying to solve for right now. Like somebody mentioned ICP, that's kind of their main, what they're working for. I know the storing JPEGs on the Bitcoin blockchain. That's a whole other debate with the maxis right now. That's just, I don't know, funny to watch.
Not happening.
Yeah.
What's that?
Cardano's the most likely
No,
to be able to actually.
No,
store
it's
anything on
it's
chain.
definitely not happening. I don't know if it's people are doing NFTs and they're saying, oh, this is you're taking up the block space with worthless transactions, and they're saying it shouldn't be possible, but permissionless obviously cuts both ways. Like if you want something to be permissionless, if somebody's willing to pay the fees to do it, even if you think it's a dumb transaction, it should be able to be there. That's the whole
Ridiculous
point.
thought. If you could do that and do that over and over and over again, could you manipulate when the halving happens?
You couldn't change when
Well,
the halving happens because it's still getting
still blocks,
the blocks are still getting mined,
Okay.
in the regular sequential order, and people are doing it. That's why it's causing a huge debate, and like people are saying it's, but the fear I think of the maximalists is if people do it over and over and over and over, and they fill all these blocks with worthless junk so that people can't actually use it for value transfer. It could start to erode the uses of Bitcoin over time, and that's kind of the fear, I believe. The incentives aren't really there for somebody to do that over and over and over, I don't believe, but that's the big debate right now. Like miners shouldn't be mining these blocks, and then they're saying, well, they're still paying the Satoshi fee. Why should they not be mining these blocks? It's like, you shouldn't get to decide what's valuable and what's not valuable. So anyway,
Who's James Franco's
Dude,
stunt
they
double? Is that
finally
supposed to be
got
you?
me. They finally caught me. That's what everyone used to say to me when I was younger in my heavy metal days.
it's your James Franco's double.
Yeah. I kind of like outgrew
Could be
it. I started
worse.
getting
Could be
some-
worse.
No, I'd take that as a compliment.
Yeah.
Yeah.
James
Drew.
Franco's like the size of my leg. Okay. So
But he's
it's
funny
just-
though.
Yeah.
Is he?
Yeah. He's very short.
I thought he was. I didn't realize that.
No. No.
Yeah, let's wait.
Yeah. Let's find out.
I'm faster.
5'11".
Oh,
That's
you're
not that
right.
short.
You're right. Well, but I would have thought he was over 6 foot.
Oh,
Yeah. He looks a lot bigger on camera. You know
same
what I
size
mean?
as, Seth Rogen.
Seth
Yeah,
Rogen
well, that's
is?
kind of what I thought. I used
Close
to.
to
That's
5'11".
Oh,
yeah. I would have thought. I thought Seth Rogen was bigger than that.
Yeah.
That was the thing. Because I'm like, he's about the same size as Seth Rogen. Isn't that like 6'2" ish?
I think-
Jonah, Jonah Hill's 5'7".
Whoa.
Yeah,
No way.
Love him,
Isn't
but-
Jonah Hill like ripped now?
he's kind of going into that
I don't think.
wisdom long beard
That,
phase.
but Happy Tiger's asking, are we long-term bullish on Filecoin? Files that data transfer, data housing. I mean, I would absolutely say yes. It is a pre-existing project that we're going into another cycle of bull runs, but I think that Filecoin has a lot of use cases. Again, we're building out the new infrastructure of data flow, and it's going to take 100 different pieces, thousands, maybe even to actually make this new system work. So
Yeah, somebody's going to have to solve that problem. There's
Yeah.
a handful of projects out there right now, and again, this is why I say I like to pick niches and kind of go after. I would, because there's so many things you could buy that are interesting, that could be successful, could not be successful. And if you're so Render is another one of those projects where if you're looking at storage and processing power on the blockchain, and it's a much lower market cap than Filecoin, so obviously it takes a lot less money into it to move it.
Right.
So, but if you want to buy some Filecoin, buy some Render, buy a handful of other ones, then you feel like, all right, cool, I've got this niche covered. And then the same with smart contract platforms. And again, I've had the most success with smart contract platforms. Right now, I'm looking at zero knowledge, category. You could look at, and this is why I specifically stay away from payments, generally speaking. Like Bitcoin, more store of value than payments, in my opinion. But that's why I don't really mess with XRP. I don't mess with Dash and a lot of Nano and a lot of these other things that were made to be digital cash. Because and I'm glad I didn't, because I really think it's going to end up being USDC or something that's more. There's way too many politics involved with sending money back and forth and understanding the financial transactions of the citizens.
yeah.
We'll do a whole other episode on which ones I'm looking at. I mean, I mentioned Mina at the top of the show, Urkelson, ZK, Arbitrum is another one. ZK Snark or Sync,
ZK Sync.
ZK Sync, but I think that's going to be rolling into Matic as far as I know.
Pretty much.
So yeah,
There's
I would
more,
research
but-
a lot of those. And like I said, we did an episode on it a week or two ago where I ran through a whole thread of kind of of projects we were looking at for the next cycle, and there was a handful of them. But
Johnny's starting to scoot into actually figuring out how to get involved with airdrops.
airdrops,
too.
where I asked him to do that. So,
Yeah. Yeah, I've been really enjoying those. Like he made one, I think it was just last night or the night before. Jay Childs on Twitter.
Yeah, let's shout him out real
2013,
quick.
right?
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's one of our top researchers here. He's very involved with a lot of this stuff, and will dig and find the ways in. He's always showing us
Johnny's
cool
the
websites.
best.
So Jay Childs 520.
520.
He's an upgrade from 420.
Yeah, he's the next.
I like
gen.
his AI profile picture.
Yeah.
Is that AI?
It really
Yeah.
suits him.
Yeah, it looks like that looks a lot like him.
Yeah, it does.
So yeah, he's been look at that. He's been all over optimism for a long time. He's been dropping.
He wakes me up with this tweet about OP's price action. It feels like every day.
He gets up early AF.
Yeah,
Yeah, it does. Tell me about it.
He's
So here you go. Here you go. Here's one right here. You guys want to know about ZK Sync? He says here are 6 easy steps to get involved with the ZK Sync protocol. PS, use a test wallet, and that's a great advice when you're using when you're trying to get involved in an airdrop. Don't do it with a wallet that has a lot of stuff in it. And he gives you step-by-step guide on how to get involved with ZK Sync and potentially get that airdrop. So
definitely worth checking out.
Hell yeah.
learn. There
He's
you
getting
go.
after it.
I just retweeted it for you guys. So it's on Hit Network if you're looking for it. But again, it's jchilds520 on Twitter. So go blow him up. Tell him, give him that basement love. He'll appreciate it.
Yeah, he will.
So all right,
He does it for you guys.
Yeah,
Yes.
he does.
He really
With that
does.
burger.
Hamburger. All right, I really didn't have too much more to hit today. Do you have anything you wanted to share, Drew?
Just like as we see Ray Dalio and Charlie Munger come out, they're all against Bitcoin, calling it useless and all this stuff. And it was so hilarious to me because I saw a kind of a breaking thing this morning. The White House and crypto can grow the economy and advance inclusion and help human rights advocates. And this comes
Boom.
right on the heels.
Keyword can.
Yeah.
They
No,
won't.
it does.
No, it does.
And we saw
Bitcoin. I'm
Bitcoin,
sorry. I
not
thought
the
you
White
meant them. I was like, White
Yeah.
House doesn't care.
Well, this is what the combination of conversations going on. Like, right, we have Ray Dalio, who's like a CCP cheerleader, basically, for the past 10 years, only talking about CCP companies and stocks, and China's going to smoke the U.S. and do all this stuff well beyond us. And then, Munger saying that it doesn't have any real use. And then the White House is like, actually, no, it's pretty good for human rights. And, I actually like seeing this. And I read Biden's executive order, and it actually got me really excited when I read past and actually got into the center of the executive order that was released. Like, there's a lot of marriage coming for Bitcoin and our government in particular. I am super bullish on that, and energy companies getting involved. And this just paints a picture that we're not willing to just lay down and let an overtaking of our dominance happen. It's not going to go that way. And, yeah, there's been a lot of fear and a lot of, we have to regulate this stuff, but they're not going to be left out of the party. There's going to be a huge involvement coming. It just needs to be rolled out in a controlled, correct manner, and controlled meaning that, they have the actual market control and share of it. So just be patient with it. Weed through the mainstream media titles. Words are very powerful. So, just keep in mind that, I like to explain this like when I go pheasant hunting, there's a dog that's out in front of me and he's scaring all the little birds. And, if I didn't have that dog, those pheasants stay in the ground. They would just let me walk right over them. I would never see. But in my opinion, the pheasants are us. We are the pheasants. And the larger players, these huge companies, these market makers, are the one behind the steel, and they use the media, the dog, to shake you out of the grass, to fly away.
I like that
so that they can pull on you as soon as you are ready to flee, and then they have control of the situation. They're ready for it. So just keep that in mind when you're reading all the everything on Bloomberg, and there's a timing and there's an ebb and flow to these things. And if you look at the buy times, historical buy times for large institutions or, large whales, it always happens when the media is the worst for the technology. It
Absolutely.
never is good when it's at the top. I mean, I'm just going to leave it at that. You know what I mean? That's what my opinion of it is.
Wise words of the Drew.
Yeah, moral of the story, don't be afraid, buy Bitcoin.
Yeah.
Right?
And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a coincidence analyst.
There you go.
Okay.
A data analyst. Yeah, at that. Real quick, I just want to leave everybody something positive before we go. Looking back, obviously, we know Bitcoin's up today. Everything's a little bit up today. We go, we click this. We're all lamenting, oh, man, everything's pumping so much. But, it's a good day when the top losers are all stable coins.
Yeah.
There's nothing, literally nothing down today.
Except for Luna Day. That was...
Well, yeah. But I'm just saying, like, the closest, even Monero pumped 1%. Cosmos isn't moving right now, but it's up on the week. So, anyway, just good vibes out there today. Everybody should be happy. Everybody should be a little bit in the green. Even if we're kicking ourselves for not buying too many alts. As we told you, you're going to get more opportunities, so do not freak out.
Yes.
Wait for that pullback. Be patient. Don't let FOMO kick in, kind of like what Drew was talking about. You need to be in command of your emotions. Don't let your emotions control you. You'll get wrecked if you're trading in the market. If the media scares you up, you'll get shot by a whale or a big trader. It's a great analogy there. So, just appreciate all you guys for being here today. Crypto Thorn, Happy Techie, Rug Gang, Puin, 78th Bid, Blaze, Urkelson, Puin, there you are again. Casino Doggy, Wade in Idaho, Crypto Totoro, Urkelson, Ralphie, Dr. Trist, Cooler, Adery, Big Hands Dan, Techie, Ralphie, Manawak. See you guys all. Have fun on the raid. If we're raiding anybody.
We're raiding the dent.
The Dent. Go have fun with the Dent.